So this is the Vel 46 that was featured in yesterday's video, but that's not what today's video is about. There's no tunes on that Vel, by the way. Today I'm going to be going over a kill confirm match for you guys here on Zarqwa Hydroelectric, and I'm using the Vel 46 again. Now, in this match, I am playing some 6v6 by myself, and I'm going to go ahead and go on what's in my mind. Now, there was a guy, I heard him here early. He got here early on a rush route, but let's explain why I'm pushing up where I am. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the door to the right because there's a window that's going to give us some cover to a potential area where enemies could be. So going through this window can give us some quick information as we sweep all the angles I need to, and then I'm going to take this guy out, but notice this indicator where I'm being shot from. This is going to let us know where enemies can be whenever they are shooting at us, and we can go ahead and quickly locate them. And as we can see, I'm going to dive to cover, and then I'm going to go ahead and use this piece of cover just to quickly see where this guy is looking, and I'm able to take him out. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some height and peek into the enemy spawn, but you're probably wondering, how do I know this is the enemy spawn? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. So back to right after I killed that second player, let's go ahead and take a look at our minimap, and as we can see, we have one person who is all the way out to the right. Now most of our teammates are behind us, which therefore I don't think one person is enough to flip out the enemy spawn. Also, calling up that UAV gave us a lot of information that yes, the enemies are indeed still spawning in their initial spawn point, which is going to allow me to go ahead and gain height at the power position that is the dome, and I'm going to be able to look over into their spawn and then make a pick in order to go ahead and either flush out the spawn or continue to lock it down. Now if you have a sub, you're going to want to probably push out the spawn and try to get as many kills as possible, and if you have an assault rifle, you might want to go ahead and try to lock it down and pick as many people off that are rotating. Now, as soon as I spawn back in, I open up my VTOL to place, and something you might notice on the VTOL is it reveals the enemy locations of people who aren't running cold-blooded. And therefore, whenever I place down the VTOL jet, you can see there are enemies spawning on the other side of the map. So this is going to help me with my split-second decision-making to go ahead and push out the spawn flip. Unfortunately, this isn't the best example of pushing out a spawn flip because as I run back here, they already died, and the rest of them started spawning across the map because what I didn't know, because my minimap is just zoomed in too much, is that, well, look at this. The enemies actually start spawning the other side because the majority of my teammates pushed up to this spawn flip as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and make my way across to the other side of the map yet again, this time taking some different angles, making sure that the enemies aren't pushing up at all, making sure that my teammates had cleared out where they could possibly be. And it turned out there was one in the middle here. I take him out. Another one started shooting at me. He missed some sniper shots. I take him out, and now I'm pushed up to the enemy spawn again, looking for some free and easy picks. Now I noticed my VTOL killed somebody here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this tag, and as I started pushing out back here to loop around, I saw a guy, so I'm going to go ahead and take him out and grab his tag, call up the UAV, quickly check my minimap. We could see they're all spawning on this side of the map still, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate back, but I end up getting shotgunned, and that's unfortunate. And as we can see, here's the squad spawn system in action that people talk about, which is pretty much I just spawned in the safe area with my teammates where the game considers safe, which is safety in numbers with a bunch of your teammates wherever they're holding down. So I go ahead and push out this way, throw a nade to cut off an angle. No one was there, and I push out that guy. Now, be careful around rocks like that because it will cut your aim assist, and you might sometimes not be expecting your aim assist to get cut off. Picking up an assault rifle is always great as a backup weapon whenever you're using an SMG, as you can watch longer angles. However, I just read the angles wrong, and the guy ended up pushing me out a little bit late there, and he ended up catching me off guard. But as you guys can see, the enemies are still holding down the side of the map that I keep pushing, so I'm going to go ahead and push this side out. There's a guy laying down up here, which is unfortunate. Was not expecting someone to be laying down up there, especially with a shotgun. That's a very strange angle to be watching with a shotgun. Now, a teammate's chopper gunner gets called in, and if this happens to you while you're playing a match and there's a chopper gunner getting called in and it might seem like the flow's a little weird, check spots in buildings or areas where the chopper gunner cannot reach. I was still pushing out the spawn, but it kind of was a waste of time because while that chopper gunner's up and there was also a teammate in the spawn, it's more than likely those enemies aren't going to be there. So as you guys can see, I'm rotating back, flushing out buildings, just running through buildings, checking different areas where enemies could be, especially based off radar pings. Now, I did know that a couple people left, so there are going to be less people in this lobby. We can see there's a guy in this little shack here, and I'm able to take him out, grab his tag, grab the scavenger bag, and now I'm going to push up to the other side again here because this is where our team is not, and the enemies are probably spawning there. Also, the chopper gunner happened to go away, call up the UAV, check the radar, see this guy on the radar, take him out, pick up his assault rifle. Now, always if you're shooting a gun that is unsuppressed, expect enemies to chase you. It's because they're going to hear you, or you might ping on the radar if there's a UAV up. As you guys can see, as I pick off 2 people on the other side of where I just killed people, they're going to start pushing out this side again. That's because there's not enough teammates to go ahead and cause a spawn flip up in this area. So I'm going to go ahead and play some angles here and just hold down this area and try to make sure that I'm collecting as many kills as I possibly can. I know I'm safe here because I have pretty much nowhere that the enemies could spawn behind me, so I'm going ahead picking them off, and unfortunately this guy's waiting for me with a shotgun, and I end up getting taken out. However, I think this is a perfect time to use the gunship, and I'm going to show you guys something you can learn while you're watching gunship gameplay, or if you happen to get a gunship of your own, and that is how the spawns work. So as you guys can see, all of them are grouped up still in this back corner of the map, and I'm going to start killing them with the gunship. And as I keep killing them, you'll see that they start spawning in again. Now, whenever they spawn in back there, that's because no teammates have run through there, and the majority of the map, that's where the teammates are not at all. So, I just keep going ahead and shooting my gunship at these guys back here, and until some teammates push up, they will keep spawning back here. And as you can see, yet again, teammates are not pushing up, or if they are, they were dying, and now the spawn will start to flip because there are enough teammates pushed up here. And we can see they're starting to spawn a little bit around the ruins in the middle of the map, and now they're spawning at P3 over here in this building. So, gunship's over, call up the VTOL jet, take a look at where they're pinging from that VTOL jet, end up taking a guy out real quick that was trying to sneak up on me, and now I'm looking for some extra people. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and chase this guy, and as I saw him re-peek me, I'm going to play this a little bit smart. So I'm going to throw a nade at that wall, and I'm going to listen to see if he starts pushing. Don't hear him, so he ends up getting taken out by a teammate. Now, as I push downstairs, you could see there was a guy down there, and I ended up seeing him, and that's going to indicate they could potentially be spawn flipping. So I'm going to go ahead and look down here, and it was. The reason, again, they're spawn flipping to back here is because there's just not enough teammates pushed up in that area, so the game considers it safe. And that's how I'm able to read that flip, and as you guys can see, they're still going to keep spawning back here. I'm going to push up to try to collect some tags, go ahead and kill this guy. Now, there is gas, which is unfortunate, but I did see there was a guy on the flank here, so once the gas goes away and I'm safe, I'm going to go ahead and re-challenge him, grab his tag, and go ahead and get more score towards my gunship. Now, take a look at this. There's actually some teammates spawning over here as I am pushing here, but since they didn't spawn all the way in the back, I continued to push up and just see if there was somebody, and look at that, there was somebody trying to shoot down my VTOL, which goes ahead and gives me my gunship, which I didn't care if there were any more people back there because I'm going to probably take them out with my gunship anyways. So I go ahead, climb up to the dome, and I figured, you know what, this might be a safe spot for me to call my gunship because they're probably still spawning back there. I was wrong, I ended up getting killed while I was in my gunship, so that's unfortunate. But anyways, once I'm up here, I could see that they ended up spawn flipping to the other side of the map, and one of the nice things about Zarqwa Hydroelectric is that the enemies spawn outside for the most part, and I actually love it whenever maps are like this because it allows for the lethal kill streaks, like the gunship, to just be so much fun to use because they pretty much don't have a lot of places they can hide. And as you can see, whenever they spawn flip to this side, there's no cover at all for them. They can go in the ruins, but the splash damage from the big missile and the 40mm cannons is just really nice. And again, you're pretty much just wrecking havoc on these guys while you're in your gunship, and there's just nothing they can do about it. But anyways, go ahead and call in this VTOL jet after my gunship ends, and I'm going to go ahead and push this side of the map because, again, it's the way the map control's looking right now. But since I see some teammates are pushed up around me, there still could be people possibly back here, so I'm going to go ahead and flush it out, take a look. No one's back here. Okay, so now I know exactly where they're going to be spawning at, and it's going to be that back area over this way again where the second hard point is. But I end up seeing a guy, try to take him out again, MP7 across that kind of range, not a good idea. I just do it because, well, I'm just bored looking for people to shoot at. And I'm going to go ahead and call in my dead silence now as I start pushing towards the enemy spawn. But I'm not really finding anyone, and maybe that's because, like I said, the majority of this lobby is pretty much gone. End up taking this guy out here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that tag, just looking to close out this match. I know that they're not going to be spawning here anymore. Teammates are spawning in here around the ruins and all the way in the back. So again, just going to go ahead and just push across the map and try to find the enemies as they're rotating from the other side spawn. But anyways, that's pretty much this little kill confirm match here for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. That's a little bit of what goes on in my mind as I'm just running around, rotating between spawn points, and getting kills. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, and have a great day.